Good evening to all of you, and thank you a lot for coming. It means a lot that you took time out on a Wednesday evening to be with us, and we really appreciate it.
Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, which means may peace and blessings be upon you. On behalf of the Islamic Center of Orlando, we would like to welcome you all to this year's Interfaith Iftar. My name is Maureen. And my name is Miriam. The Islamic Center of Orlando was established over 30 years ago. And our goal is to bring people together from all different beliefs, ethnicities, and lifestyles. Tonight, we'd like to discuss the importance of interfaith gatherings as well as the significance of Ramadan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم.
I would like to start by briefly describing our faith. Islam, like Christianity and Judaism, is a monotheistic religion because we believe in only one God. We believe in all of the prophets, including Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon them all. We believe in all four of the holy books, the Torah, Bible, Psalms, and the Quran, and we believe in angels and destiny, and most importantly, we believe in life after death. And now we'd like to talk about the significance and the principles of Ramadan. Ramadan is the most sacred month in Islam, and as God has decreed all Abrahamic religions to fast, Muslims have been ordained to fast as well. Ramadan is a gift because the Holy Quran was revealed to us in this month, and it is a month in which a single good deed is rewarded with thousands of blessings. God has made fasting in Ramadan obligatory for every adult Muslim, unless you are ill or traveling or have another valid reason. We would now like to take this time to welcome up our guest speakers. So will Father John Gale from the Holy Family Catholic Church please come in?
I'm a firm believer, and I've been involved with this community for the 3 or 4 years that I've been here. I've always been welcome. I'm a firm believer that with openness and communication, we find respect and understanding. And I think that's found in everything. So I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to celebrate with you.
And I'd like to welcome from the Southwest Orlando Jewish Congregation, Rabbi Gary Garland.
Ramadan Mubarak. Let me tell you why it's important that myself and about 20 of my congregants are here this evening. You know, it's very easy to point to all the commonalities. And since, of course, both Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all come from the same roots, we're all children of Abraham and Sarah, it's easy to point to all those commonalities. But then there are all those differences, too. And those differences sometimes can be interesting, and sometimes those differences can be unsettling. But let me tell you why these sorts of things, these sorts of interfaith things are important to me.
I would now like to welcome from the St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Brother Paul Santoro.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us. I'm Brother Paul Santoro. I'm a pastoral associate at St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church in Winter Park. And we are pleased to be here at this congregation tonight with members of our parish. It's about 12 or 13 of us who made the trip over. And on behalf of our pastor, Father Dirk, who couldn't make it tonight, and other parishioners, we're here to greet you, and we thank you for the opportunity to be here. Just briefly, you know, when I look at what's going on in society today, we focus, and I think the Imam said this at the very beginning, we focus too much on what separates us. And we become more concerned with our differences rather than what we share in common. And sometimes those differences lead to conflict, to mistrust, to anger, and sometimes to hatred. We all know that fear is born of ignorance, and it may be this ignorance, this fear in others, because we don't understand one another, we don't understand what it means to come together in peace and to be educated, why we are here tonight, to share those experiences of time with one another.
We would now like to welcome Rabbi Rick Sherwin, the rabbi of the spiritual community, the Havara of New Hope.
As we extend our arms, we sing, Hine Matovu Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Your arms. Hine Matovu Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
And now we'd like to welcome from the Salem Lutheran Church, Pastor Homan.
I've been thinking a fair bit the last couple of weeks about what becomes normal. It's become normal for me to be here and have a microphone. I don't come here without expecting that the Imam is going to invite me to speak. But in my adult life, I've lived in 6 different communities and worked in a whole bunch of others across the United States. One of those communities was Littleton, Colorado, where we lived just a quarter mile from Columbine High School at the 10-year anniversary. And it strikes me that school shootings have been something that we have allowed to become normal in our culture. But there are other things that we can decide to make normal that are more positive things. So gatherings like this in this community have become normal. And I say that as that it's been a gift, I think, and that this larger metro area and this community, the faith that runs up and down this road, what we're doing, I think, is working.
I'd like to welcome Chief Executive Officer of the Rosen Jewish Community Center, Dr. Ruben Rimazowski.
Thank you. So I'm looking at the Orlando Jewish Community Center, the Rosen JCC as a center, and the Islamic Center. And it reminds me of a story that the rabbis had in a debate talking about, in our literature, there were 2 major centers of Jewish learning from the Talmud era. There's the Babylonian area and the Jerusalem Talmud. And there was a debate by the rabbis that said, how is it possible to have 2 centers? You can't have 2 centers because the center is the epicenter, right? So what I want to say to the rabbis, if they were here today, and some are here, of course, is that the word community, the root of it is unity. And the first people that welcomed me into this community was the Imam, and the hospitality and what we call in Hebrew the hachnasat orchim, the welcoming of the other, takes away the mystery of who these people are. We all have a shared endeavor of building the community that we aspire to. And so the thought that I think is so pertinent for a community gathering of the other is to say we share together the same aspirations. When the rabbi said in commenting about 2 centers that were arguing amongst each other, which laid claim to the centers, the rabbi said the following: do not think about yourselves as the center, look to your right and look to your left. Meaning, you're missing everything that surrounds you if you only focus about yourself in the center. And when the beauty of this community is its inclusion and its diversity, and we at the Rosen JCC look forward to a collaboration of many efforts together to build and unite this community that has abundant blessing. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome Minerva Glidden from the Quakers of Orlando, the Religious Society of Friends.
Tonight, as we break bread here together, I want you to maybe a Hindu prayer. Let us live together, eat together. Together, let us do noble deeds and share the fruits. Let us understand each other, casting aside ill will and unkind ways. Let us work for peace and peace alone.
So it's time. So in Arabic we thank God for the food. So we say Allahumma laka sumtu wa bika amantu wa ala rizqika aftartu, which means God, we thank you for giving us food. We are eating the food that you have provided to us, and we thank you. Right? And now we'll break our fast by eating the date.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
We're going to visit with her.
At this time, I'd like to again request somebody who would like to come forward and talk about their experience here or about their feelings here. Please feel free to do so.
Hello. My name is Maria. I'm from Venezuela. This is my third time here. I want to say thank you for the invitation to Ms. Elham. She's like my mom. She's so warm with me. She's the best. With me, with my daughter. And now my mom is with us.
Good evening. My name is Deacon Herman Romero with St. Peter Paul Catholic Church on the other side of town. I've had opportunities, I'm a part of a human trafficking task force, and we have a lot of interfaith meetings with a lot of different churches, but they never fed us the way you have fed us. I think I'm switching ministries now. No, thank you so much for the invitation. This is a wonderful gathering that we can come together to know each other a little bit more, share a meal. Everything starts with a meal. Jesus always had meals as he preached. He always said, so we need the bodies to be nourished, but clearly we need our spirits to be fed. And this is a wonderful opportunity to do that. So I hope that we have more opportunities, not only for eating, but also for prayer. Coming together in prayer and getting to know each other a little bit. So again, thank you so much for the invitation, and I'll be back as long as you have the food.
But I'd like to again, in the end, close with my appreciation to all of you for coming. You know, to get nearly 100 people to come and, you know, on a weekday in the evening, tomorrow is a work day, but still you came. I think it means a lot. And I hope that, you know, what we learned today in terms of fellowship and friendship will just strengthen it in their future and will teach the same to our next generation. Right? Thank you again. Thank you.